Hey, aunties, babies, how are we doing today? Yes, it's me, Aunt Kathy, and I am back with another one. I tried to do this before and I kind of failed. I was trying to do a get ready with me video, and I got ready, but I forgot the video. So, yeah, we're going to try this a little bit differently this time. So, you guys hear me talking about, being kind and just being grateful for every day. So I am constantly in a pickle, always. And, you never know where your help is going to come from. So I am working with a place called St. Vincent de Paul. And it was just, how you just know that something was meant for you? Like I was meant to read that poem, not poem, but prayer. And it just really, really resonated with me. So I don't know who needs to hear this, whether it's the person viewing this or, Facebook or whatever. I think that it reads a lot into being grateful and being present. So I'm going to read this to you before we start this makeup because I think it's important to know this. Dear God, please give me the strength to face this new day and to see the many blessings it contains. Give me courage to walk on no matter how long the path or how many turns the road holds. Guide my thoughts so I walk in love and peace with gratitude stamped on my heart. Amen. So let's take that apart a little bit. We have to, we are humans and we're going to make mistakes. So, it's always good to say thank you to the Lord, and ask Him to forgive us for the sins that we commit because some things are just, just that bad. And we ask God for things, but we don't think about the things that we need, like strength, to be able to make it through to the next, whatever it is, whether it's good or bad. But we need to ask for strength so that we are sturdy and we can do what we need to do. Every day when we wake up, we don't know what we're going to have to deal with. So asking the Lord for strength to be able to accept the new day and whatever it holds is a very important phrase. I ask God to always to give me courage, because I deal with things not knowing what the outcome is going to be. And I guess we all do that. But for me personally, it gives me great anxiety not knowing what, tomorrow's going to bring. So asking for, courage to walk this path is really important. And the last part says, guide my thoughts so that I can walk in love and peace with gratitude stamped on my heart. That's really important because I don't think a lot of people do that. I think a lot of people walk around and, they want to pretend like they have love in their heart, but they really, really don't. There's some very uh, mean people out there, and they don't have love stamped in their heart. I try to. I try to treat people the way I want to be treated. It's important, because if you treat somebody badly, you cannot expect for them to treat you good if all you're giving them is grief. So I try to be grateful to people. I try to let people know how much I appreciate them because I don't know when I might need them again, and I don't know when they might need me. So I try to keep it humble. I think that's a good word, humble. So, like I said, the prayer really resonated with me. I'm in a time in my life currently where, I'm dealing with a lot and I don't feel like calling on anyone else but God sometimes is helpful. So, that was that for today. Now, what I'm doing is I'm going to try a new makeup thingy. I don't have all my makeup. I need to restock because my makeup situation is boo boo. And yeah, I gotta do something about this. So we're gonna wing this. And what I'm gonna do first, I put some moisturizer from Dove on my face. That is this. It smells so good. I love that stuff. Next, I am going to, let's see, where is a good brush? I am going to go in with a little concealer. Let's start there and see what it do. See what happens. Get this started. Now, I'm not a professional makeup artist at all. I just know how I like to look. And knowing that kind of just kind of just I guess solidifies things for me and how I want to look. Now I know I'm probably doing this all the way wrong. I think I am, but we're gonna go. Still press on and do what it do because there's nothing else I can do. Well, let's blend this in. Let's blend this in. Now, I guess normally what I would do is put this on top of my foundation. But like I said, I want to try something different and see if there is a difference, if the look is different. I see a lot of these women out here, and they have these, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like from the concealer, it looks like they have like this little mask, you know, and I don't know, I don't like the way that looks. I think that blending everything together so it looks uniform is better, but I mean it's what people like, it's what they want to do. I can't knock them. I'm quite sure that somebody out there will see my video and say, "Ooh, wee, that girl just messed up. She looks a hot mess." But you know what? I like it, and I know somebody else who might like it. The Lord has no problem with me doing what I do. So there's that. Now, I am totally out of liquid foundation. So what do we do when we run out of something? We improvise. Now, for a while, I was using, uh, who is this? Maybelline. Is this Maybelline? No, this is CoverGirl. CoverGirl. And this is my foundation that I will be using today. As I say, it's been used quite a bit. And we're going to put that on all over and see what it looks like when it's done. Yeah, I think I like using the brush better than I do the beauty blender. I mean, in fact, I don't have one right now, and I'm using what I got because that's all I have. I think that I actually do like the brush a lot better, but I think it's good to have options. I have to take a trip to, what's that place that I like? It's a store, it's a big store. Ulta Beauty. Thank you from the Peanut Gallery. Everybody, it's Lamar. Oh, it's Lamar. He's observing me doing this video and trying not to laugh at his mama, but that's okay. I ain't mad at him. We gonna do what it do. He laugh if he want to. Yeah. Laugh if he wants to. I don't care. Because it's for me. Not for him or anyone else. Just for Auntie Kathy. And, I don't do makeup every day. I used to when I was out and about and in the world and doing things and socializing, yeah, the face was beat every single day. Hair done, face done, you know, my style, was good. And, I think that one day I would get back to that world. But until then, I think that every once in a while, you know, putting that face on, it makes you feel good. I like the way I look in my makeup. And I mean, it's also good to stay relevant with the different makeup styles. You know, being a influencer, I think that you have to know a little bit of everything. You know, this is so really weird. Let's see, that looks pretty even though. I've got everything covered. I really like this cocoa color, this kind of bronzes brown. It's a really good color for my skin tone. And we have. I can't say this enough, ladies. If you don't bring that foundation down under your chin and down onto your neck to blend, so that you do not have a mask on. Because I hate to see women out in public and they have this line where it's just stopped. It just takes me out. I can't, I can't, I can't. I mean, when you put on your makeup, don't you see that indentation line? I mean, I know that I would. Yeah, I would definitely see it. And that's why I take great care in making sure that those lines are, blended. So now we've done that, and we're going to go back in with the concealer. We're going to take the darker part of this. This is Bare Minerals. I like their stuff. It's really good, you know, stuff for oily skin. And right now I have kind of a mixture skin. I'm going through menopause, or as my son says, old people stage. I got his old people, you know. But I think that when you find that right makeup that really does well with your skin, you kind of, have to stay up on it. I don't want to change up just because. Now, I did not do my eyebrows, and I do not have any lashes, so we're going to do a glam without the glam, if that makes any sense. So let's blend in this. Blend in this. And putting this concealer on the top will also help with the makeup or eyeshadows, making sure they stay in place like we want them to. Keeps from the creasing, and it just makes for a smooth, eyeshadow transition. I hate to see when I don't do it, and then you blink your eyes, during the course of the day, and you look, and now you've got this crease with a pound of eyeshadow sitting in there, and now you look kind of crazy. Well, I don't need to look any more crazy than I already do. So, I try my best to make sure I put the proper makeup stuff on so that I do not look crazy. Now you say, why are you putting makeup around your lips? Because I have dark shadows around my lip. And I don't want that to, show up when I am putting on my lip liner and lipstick and all that kind of stuff. I want it all to be kind of smooth. I think that looks pretty good. What do y'all think? Think it looks like a little crazy? That's all right. Trust the process. It's gonna be better. See that guy in the background? That's Lamar Daniels, that guy. You should go over and check out his YouTube page. He does a lot of stuff um, about firefighting or gaming. Very interesting, security stuff. He's got some really good videos on there. He's also going to be uploading soon or doing a video about our adventures uh, on the Greyhound. Now, I'm going to let y'all hear the story from him because it's really funnier when he tells it. I don't know whether it's funny or it just makes him mad, but that's what's coming next. So, go check him out. Lamar Daniels, that guy, DAT, not that. DAT is that guy. So, moving along here, let's go straight to our blusher. We love a nice blush. We love nice color. Make the cheeks nice and rosy. I used to be afraid of used to be afraid of blush, because I would see these pictures of these women with just this streak on their face, and I was like, is that the way it's supposed to look? Because if that's the way it's supposed to look, I'm not trying to look like that, so we don't do that. But I've got a very nice, what is this, from Avon. It's also part of the Bare Minerals, and the color of this one, which is really surprisingly a nice deep color for me, but this is Perfect Plum from Avon. Oh, and incidentally, if you didn't know, you know now. I'm also selling Avon. So if you're interested, I will put my information down there in the description box. So if you'd like to get something, because I'll tell you, as a child, and when my son was a child, we used to get this stuff called Skin So Soft, and I'm just telling you, that was like the best. Um, like it was combination like a skin rejuvenator, but it's also you could use it as a insect repellent, to put it on your skin. So it's great in baths. We have that, and actually Avon has um, improved on the formula. So if you're interested in that or anything with Avon, we've got jewelry, we got clothes, we got household items, we got makeup, skincare, we've got body stuff for the men. Listen, it's something for everyone. I'm going to leave that down in the description, so stay tuned. Now let's go in with this blush. I like to take it and make a C with it, like going from the cheek and right into the eye and eyebrow area. I like that. That looks nice. All right, let's go in with a little bit more. Let's go in on the other side. Yeah, nice little looks. Yeah, like I said, I really enjoy makeup. My grandmother, my father's mother, was very much the glamour doll, and I think I got this from her. I mean, my mother, she wore makeup time to time. She introduced me to Mary Kay very early on, so I was aware. But my grandmother, she was the constant glamour doll. The red lips, the hair updos, the jewelry, the gloves. I mean, yeah, she was that lady. And every time I would go to Virginia, I, the first thing I wanted to is visit her vanity because I knew that she had some really good makeup. I knew that um, she had a lot of good stuff that I was going to be able to get into. And then her closet, I loved going into her closet because she always had these beautiful hats and shoes to match. She had the furs, and I could play dress up all summer long. I loved my grandmother's closet. I love my grandmother. I mean, I love both my grandmothers, but you know, my mother's mother was my education. She was a teacher, and you know, all that reading and the thought process, I got that from her. And but as far as makeup goes, oh yes, the glamour doll got it all. She just definitely reined me in and taught me what to do and what not to do. I loved sitting there in the mornings when she was getting herself together and she would be putting on her makeup. And I would just sit there and watch her. And it's just, really pleasant memory. I miss her. I miss her. Okay, now let's move on to some translucent powder. We're going to put that up under the eye area. Now, for a bunch of different reasons, they call this baking when you put this powder on because it's kind of setting things in place, and it's also good because you're putting on your eyeshadow and you don't want it to drip down into the rest of your makeup. So it's really important that you take care of making sure you get that translucent powder on there and let it bake. And eventually we will be blending that in, but that's going to sit like that for a little while. So while we're waiting for that to bake, as the girls do it these days, you know, we're going to go ahead and play in some color. So let's get some more little brushes together and let's play. Now, the direction we're going to go in today, I'm trying to channel in springtime and bright, you know, pastel-y colors and, Easter and just, it's that season, we're going to let go of all the bronzes and the heavier colors and we're going to go in with some yellows and some pinks. Now, I'm telling you, when you love your makeup. You know when you love your makeup because I have worn a hole into my yellow. Look at that. Look at that. Looks like a sinkhole in my makeup. Yeah, that's intense. But we are going to use that. We're going to use that and we're going to go in also with probably the bronzer color and maybe a little bit of the brown. We're going to see what it looks like. We're going to see what it do. So let's go and play in some eyeshadows. Now, what I do want to do is go back in with this concealer. Now, normally, this is not the makeup I would use for this. You want to put a primer on your eyelids, like I said, just to keep it smooth and the colors pop a lot better when you put a base down for it to sit on. And that's what we are doing right now. We are creating our base. I remember the first time I saw someone do this, and I'm like, that's the makeup? That's what you're going to do? So that looks really crazy. And then, of course, later on in the video, they showed how the base was just that. It wasn't the actual eye color, the eyeshadow color. So I'm going to really need for all of my followers on Facebook, IG, YouTube to come on in and, subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be doing a lot more, as far as uploading. Hopefully when my apartment comes through shortly, I can be more regular with it. I'm excited about that. A lot of stuff I want to talk about. I want to get back into my Auntie Kathy After Dark. Let's talk about some stuff that, you know, that most people are uncomfortable talking about, but want to be comfortable in a comfortable place. And I want that to be what we do in Auntie Kathy After Dark podcast. Haven't done also, I want to do some more interviews with some of the women around my world and talk about, you know, Sisters Under the Gun. So you say, what is Sisters Under the Gun about? Sisters Under the Gun is basically a podcast talking about how we as women have a lot of pressure. The things that we are responsible for, children, spouses, boyfriends, jobs, mentoring. There's a lot that goes into our life, and not just physically, mentally, being prepared to give somebody advice is a lot. All right, so we're going to go in with this dark brown, and we're going to go in on the side. We'll go right here, right there. We're going to go right there. We're going to go right there. And we're going to bring that right into the crease. Looks nice. I like it. It's not too dark and it's not too bright. That looks good. Okay, let's do that on the other side. It's, this weather is crazy. It's warm. Well, not even warm. It's actually hot outside. But that wind is disrespectful. You heard me. I said the wind is disrespectful. It is blowing everything, everywhere. But suffices to say, because I'm so grateful for the day, I don't even mind it. A strong breeze. Mother Nature is spreading all her pollen all around, so some of us are dealing with the ragweed and allergies. I know my allergies are off the charts right now. It's ridiculous. That's disrespectful. I'm wheezing and all that kind of business, so hopefully, it'll be all right. So next we're going to go in with this yellow, and we're going to put that right here in the corner. Ooh, okay. I really like this yellow. Pretty. It's like sunflower yellow. Now, if that doesn't say springtime, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. But springtime, spring has sprung. We are so grateful for, having this day, windy or not. It's not raining, nor is it snowing. So, I'm grateful. You know what I don't understand, you guys? Why is it so hard for people to accept kindness? People think that there's always a clause or something that goes along with it. No, there are people out here who are just kind for no reason because people need it. If you happen to run into somebody who is a kind person, consider yourself lucky, because there's not a lot of people out there who have the benefit of experiencing kindness on that level. I feel like Juvia, come on, close up. That's the makeup brand. Ha 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 ha. Oh, I didn't even show you. Juvia's Place. Oh, this is the Zulu by Juvia. I don't understand how that correlates to Zulu, but Who am I? All right, so now in the center of those colors, we're going to take a little bit of this bronze right there, and we're going to fill up my brush, and we're going to place that dead smack in the middle and blend the yellow and the brown together, pulling that little the look, pulling it all together, blending, making sure everything transitions smoothly into the other. I really like those colors. I do. I do. I do. Now I want to take and kind of bring it together a little bit more. I think I may even want to add a little bit of this darkness back out here on the corners to kind of give it a little bit of a smoky look. Yeah. When I first started using makeup and really getting into the details, we learned makeup in beauty school, but it was so funny when I first heard about the smoky eye, smoky makeup around the eyes. I'm like, well, what are they using? Charcoal or something? Why is it? What's going on with the smoky? I realized that it meant the shadows, that the darkness on the ends of your eyes. You know, that's what the smoky eye is. So we have done that. Now, now. What's next? Okay, let's blend some of this in because we don't want to look like a panda. That ain't cool. Now what I am going to do is I'm going to go in with the Mary Kay. And this one is bronze 3. I can't see anything. I'm blind as a bat. So if you know, you know. Alright, let's put a little bit of this right there. And we're going to take this brush. We're going to go over some of this stuff. We'll go over some of this stuff and bring it all together. I'm going to tell you, I am sweating like a pig. This is crazy. Oof. Blend everything together. Make everything seamless. Yes, even over the blusher. I don't want it to be too bold. And I just want it all to, blend in seamlessly. Now, if you're asking about my hair, let me tell you something. I have gray hair. I have a lot of it. And my father and his mother both had dark white hair. And I said, I want my hair to grow in like that when my gray comes in. Now, around the edges and the back, all came in white. And the rest of it was salt and pepper. I said, I don't think I like that. I want it to be platinum gray. Well, chickadees, went and got me some bleach and some toning shampoo, and I bleached my hair, so now it's all white. But it is growing in, so my roots are coming in dark. No, I don't want that. But we're going to see what it do. It may turn out to be exactly what I needed. So we're going to blend this in real good all together. Now if you see my eye kind of switching off and going. I'm not a reptilian. I just cross-eyed. That was terrible. All right, so we've got that part of the eye together. What we're gonna do next is we're going to apply my favorite thing, the eye pencil. Now, I prefer using just on the upper lid because it seems like the bottom lid when I put my makeup on, my eyeliner down here, it tends to run. So we're gonna just do an upper lid. We're gonna start over here. Let's go over here. Sometimes you have to light your eyelid. This is like going way back in the day where we would buy Maybelline pencils, the red makeup eyeliner pencils. And it was it was good eyeliner, but you had to light it first because if you took that pencil and tried to drag it across your eye, you'd rip your whole skin off. So we would light it to make it a little bit softer and it would go on a lot smoother. Now I'll tell you, funny thing is, when you're learning, sometimes it looks real crazy because I did that, but I didn't let it cool long enough, and I went to put my eyeliner on, and the whole chunk of eyeliner just sat there on my eyelid. I looked stupid. I was so frustrated with myself behind that because I didn't, that should let it cool. So let's see what it do. I think that I let it cool too much. Let's see what it do. Let's see what it do. Let's see. Is it doing what I want it to do? I don't know yet. You know, it's got these weird eyes. You know, they're almond shaped. And I see all these women doing this cat eye, and mine just looks like clown eye. When I try to do a wing, so a lot of times I just do a regular little lid liner and go about my business. Now over here, I want to make sure I get it really dark. Let's see, a little dark, and blend it in the center. It's not too bad, is it? It's not too bad. I like it. Now, stay tuned because I'm going to do something else to this. And this is really experimenting. This is really experimenting. This is really experimenting. We'll see what it do. So let's start up here. Start up here. Up here, up here, up here. Please let it turn out right. Please, please, please. I'll give out some shout outs. Shout out to the Daniel family. Shout out to the Skinners and the Lories. The Williamses. And also give a shout out to some YouTubers that I really like. I'm going to tell you, I'm stuck like glue to you. I love Dre OG React. If you have not had a chance to go over and watch his videos, listen, do yourself a favor and go do it. The other ones that I really, really enjoy are I Am QHef. He's got some really good stuff on his channel, and he's been dropping music. So if you like, some rap music, then you might want to go over there and check him out. Also, in line with my conspiracies and theories, we've got Perky TV. Perky, my girl, shalom, shalom. I love her. She's so positive and she's so funny, and she just has really good content, and she always tries to leave us with a little wisdom, you know, when we're finished watching her video, I always learn something new watching her video. I love her energy. She's good people. You know, if I ever had a chance, I'd like to meet her in person. Now, I'm going to leave. I'm going to also try to promote my friend, and his name is Michael, but he has a rap album, and I like it, you know, and my son likes it, and he's very popular. I'm going to be linking some of his music um, in the description too if you're interested. Like I said, good music, good person, young guy, doing some positive things with his life. How can you not want to support that? Uh, we're almost done with the top. Now what we will do, even though I'm not doing a full liner on the bottom, I'm going to take the liner into the corner and match it up with the top liner, the wing. I'm going to blend that, and it's going to give you that kind of smoky eye, little definition at the end. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That looks pretty good. Not done. Got some other stuff I'm going to do. Now, what we will do is take a very thin brush. Let's see. This looks good. This very thin brush. And we're going to go in with this bronze right on the bottom. We're going to take a little bit of this. A little bit of that. And bring that right there. I like that very much. Now, just for some added pizzazz, we're going to go back into that yellow with this thin brush. And I'm going to take a little bit of that. And just kind of brush it right under there where I put that black liner. That looks good. I like the way that looks. And it kind of smooths out the black liner a little bit. Kind of ties everything in together, I think. Does that look okay to you guys? I guess I won't know until when I'm done. Why do people sound like they're killing their kids out there? Sheesh. If you spare the rod, you spoil the child. But that's ridiculous. Okay, so we've got makeup on, eyes on. Oh, not quite though. We got to go in with some mascara. We love mascara. Now, I don't have any eyelashes. I mean, or barely have any eyelashes. But we going to make it do what it do. So I always start up. You see that big goofball? That's why I got all this gray hair now. Yeah. Somebody's got to take the blame for it. I put it all on him. Yeah. Our kids will be the death of us if we let them. Yeah. No, nothing. He knows that I'm doing this video, and he is really trying to have a conversation with me. Yeah. Anyway, anywho's it. So then we go like this to define those lashes at the creases. I have a big thing about, you know, making sure that the eyes are very defined. The eyes have it. I'm told that's one of my better qualities are my eyes, so I try to play them up as best I can without overdoing it. I don't want to look like a drag queen out the face. I want it to be, you know, as natural and ladylike as possible. Okay, I think that's good. I think that's good. Okay. Underneath, I don't really do a lot underneath, but I will take and drag it across a couple of the hairs to just give it a little bit of color. But I don't want a full-on eyelash on the bottom. I just think it looks kind of goofy. For me, not for anybody else, just for me. Why don't you make some noise back there, sir? Thank you very much. All right. Now, last thing I'm gonna do with these eyes, I'm gonna go over the eyebrows with the my mascara. It's only a little bit on it, so it's not gonna be a big thing. Just to kind of define them and shape them where they're supposed to be. Okay. I have the craziest eyebrows. But what can you do when that's all you can do is work with what you got? And that is how the cookie crumbles. You're doggone right. Now, the last step in this little get ready with me, because I'm not really going anywhere and I'm not really doing anything, so we're not going to make a big thing about the lips. But what I would like to do is go over the line with my eyeliner. I remember back in the day, the thing was to have the heavy black liner on your lips and like bright pink and orange in the middle. Boy, it looked crazy. And you know what though? It's coming back. I don't think I can get down with it. I don't think I want to get down with it. It's just a little too much. So now that we've got that done, what I'd like to do is just kind of look and clear up around. And I'm going to go in with my lifter gloss. That is by Maybelline. I love this stuff. It's so smooth. It goes on really well, and it's a good color. This is a bronze color. You can see I am putting that on. And we're gonna now I'll share something with you all. If you didn't know, you know now. I don't have any teeth. My lupus took my teeth, and it has been a nightmare trying to get fitted so I can smile again. I used to smile all the time, and my smile has not been the same since then. So I just wanted you to say that so you don't think I had a stroke or something and half my mouth is, up and the other half is down. That's what's happening. Hopefully, I can do a video soon showing my brand new smile. So, I think that's good. No. I forgot one little tiny thing, and we're going to fix that right now. We're going to take a little bit of bronzer, which is this. Cute. Now, this is not for everything. This is merely for there. And we're gonna put a little something right there on the edges, on the nose. Right here. Make the Cupid's arrow, Cupid's bow, nice and even. Alrighty, well, that's that. So now to finish off our look, I'd like to take, as you can see, my hair is natural, all natural. What we're going to do is take a little cocoa butter, put it in my hands, and we're going to pull that through on the hair. Now, something I will tell you, ladies, if you don't know, now you do. It's not always good to use yellow products on blonde hair because it will tinge your blonde. So, of course, I know this, but I still use it because I'm going for punishment, because that's all I had. Don't judge me. I really like my little curls on my hair. As you can see, I have shaved it along the sides and left the back and the top a little bit longer because I'm letting it grow out. I'm trying to, I don't know whether I want to call it a shag, but it's called a Kelly. I saw a wig like it, but I wanted to do it with my own hair. So I'm like letting it grow up sort of like a mohawk, like a fat mohawk. So do we want this to go back a little bit? I think so. Let's take it away from the face a little bit. Let's brush that, brush that, brush that, brush that. And then our final step is let's add some blingage. Well, it's really not bling. It's just my cheap hoops. But you know, sometimes you want to complete a look with a little jewelry. Okay, so it's not going to go in. Okay, there we go. All right, ladies, some gentlemen, here we have it. And that is our finished look. So thank you for getting ready with me to go absolutely nowhere. But it's okay. It's okay. I love spending this time with you guys. Remember the prayer that I prayed in the beginning of this video. Now, I'm not super churchy, but I have a lot of faith. And I am a spiritual person. And I just think that it's amazing when a prayer hits you the way it hit me. I'm, God come through. All right, y'all. Ooh, I forgot this. This is the LA Colors. Of course, my hands are slippery. Just a little something on there to pull it together. There you go. All right, kids. Well, that's it. Thank you for joining me. I had a really good time. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to come back. Get down there and hit the like button and the subscribe button and share it with your friends and your family. Do that because I have some good stuff coming. So, with that being said, I love you guys. Remember, kindness is contagious. It costs you nothing to say hi. If you see somebody, say something. I mean, you don't know whose life you can change in just that instant. That one little thing can change a person's life. So be the change. That's all I could say. Remember, God loves you, and kindness is free. Love one another. Until the next video, that boy. Until the next video, I'll see you then. Stay remarkable. Peace.